Nobody expects to end up on their back when they're 280 pounds and grabbing someone from behind, but expectations and reality are different things. Frank Morrison learned that difference in 6 seconds on live television while Clint Eastwood watched. Burbank, California, NBC Studios, Studio 4, November 12, 1971. Friday evening, 6:30. The Dean Martin Show is taping in front of 200 audience members. The iconic sign glows above the host desk, gold letters on wood paneling. America's favorite variety show. Bruce Lee is tonight's demonstration guest, martial arts instructor from Los Angeles. Not yet the global icon, not yet the star of Enter the Dragon, but known in Hollywood for demonstrations that challenge conventional understanding. Clint Eastwood is in the building finishing a production meeting. Someone mentions Bruce Lee is demonstrating on Dean's show. Clint is curious, walks to Studio 4, slips in, takes a seat in the guest area. With him is Frank Morrison, his bodyguard. 6'4", 280 pounds, former Marine, 10 years of celebrity protection work. Frank has strong opinions about martial arts. In his experience, real confrontations are won by whoever is bigger, stronger, more aggressive. He's been in bar fights, military situations, street confrontations. Every one was decided by size and force. He thinks Asian martial arts are theatrical, choreographed for cameras, not functional against real resistance. The demonstration begins. Dean introduces Bruce. Applause. Bruce comes out wearing a navy blue suit, white shirt, tie, television formal. He greets Dean, explains he'll demonstrate principles of leverage and structure, how to use an opponent's force against them. The audience wants action. Bruce asks for a large volunteer. A man stands, 6'1", 220 pounds, comes on stage. Bruce demonstrates several techniques, redirecting punches, using wrist control to manipulate the whole body, off-balancing someone larger. The volunteer is genuinely trying, but Bruce makes it look effortless. The audience applauds. Dean makes jokes. Good television. Frank is watching skeptically. Whispers to Clint. The guy's cooperating. In a real situation, none of this works. Clint doesn't respond, just watches. Bruce continues, explains how to escape a grab from behind. Common attack scenario. Needs someone to grab him to show the escape. The volunteer has returned to his seat. Dean jokes he's not volunteering. Laughter. Frank makes a decision, stands up, walks onto the set, all 280 pounds. The audience notices. Who is this? Dean looks concerned. Not planned. Bruce turns, sees Frank approaching, reads it immediately. Not a friendly volunteer, a test. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and comment more true Bruce Lee stories are coming. Frank walks behind Bruce, his voice loud enough for microphones. Show me this is real, not rehearsed. Before anyone responds, Frank grabs Bruce from behind. Bear hug, arms wrapped around Bruce's torso, pinning Bruce's arms. The exact scenario Bruce was teaching, except now it's real, unrehearsed, with someone 145 pounds heavier, genuinely trying to hold. The studio goes silent. Dean stands from his desk, concerned. This could go wrong. Clint leans forward, watching, cameras still rolling, live to tape. Whatever happens is recorded. Frank has Bruce in a tight grip, massive arms completely around Bruce's upper body, arms pinned, immobilized. Frank's strength is real. This is where size should matter, where 280 pounds should overpower 135, where the bigger man wins. That's what Frank believes. Bruce doesn't struggle, doesn't panic. For 2 seconds, completely still, assessing, feeling Frank's position, understanding the structure, where weight is distributed, where balance is, where weak points exist. 2 seconds that make Frank think he's won. Then Bruce moves. Right foot steps back 6 inches, placing between Frank's feet. Frank doesn't react, doesn't understand his base, just compromised. Bruce's hips drop lower, center of gravity changing, making himself heavier, harder to lift. Frank feels it, tries to lift Bruce, use his strength advantage. That's the mistake, the moment of commitment. Bruce's left hand, pinned against his body, moves downward, finding Frank's right hand. Fingers find the pressure point between thumb and index finger, presses hard, precise, into the nerve cluster. Frank's right hand opens involuntarily, sharp pain, grip releases on that side. Bruce's left arm is free, shoots up, not to strike, to control. Left hand grabs back of Frank's head, fingers in hair, controlling head position. Simultaneously, right elbow drives backward into Frank's solar plexus, same anatomical target, nerve network, controlling breathing, measured force, enough to disrupt, not injure. Frank's diaphragm spasms, air exits lungs, all of it. Instantly, his mouth opens, trying to inhale. Nothing enters, his nervous system overloaded. The strike hits specific nerve clusters, pressure points, places where impact disrupts function, shuts down systems. Frank's knees buckle. Not from weakness, from neurological response. Brain receiving signals it cannot process. Body enters emergency mode, shutting down non-essential functions. Legs lose ability to support weight. He goes down. One knee hits floor, then the other. Hands fly to stomach, trying to force diaphragm to restart. Face shows panic, pure suffocation terror. 6 seconds from grab to floor. 6 seconds to reverse every advantage. Size, weight, position, surprise, all irrelevant against leverage, structure, anatomical control. 200 audience members frozen, silent, processing. Dean standing, mouth open, not in script, real. Clint leaning forward, completely focused. Just watched his bodyguard get floored by someone half his size in 6 seconds. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and comment. More true Bruce Lee stories are coming. Bruce extends hand down, offering help, professional, respectful. Frank lying on back, trying to breathe, diaphragm releasing slowly. Pride more damaged than body, takes Bruce's hand. Bruce pulls him up. Frank stands, unsteady, face red, embarrassment. Everything he believed just proved insufficient. Dean breaks silence, makes joke about not grabbing Bruce. Audience laughs, nervous, relieved, tension breaks, but everyone knows what they saw wasn't entertainment. Education. Bruce addresses audience, voice calm. This is why martial arts is not about size, not about strength, about understanding, structure, leverage, the human body. That gentleman is very strong, very capable, very experienced, but he grabbed with force alone. Force without understanding creates opportunity for someone who does understand. Long, genuine applause. Frank walks off set, backstage, sits on equipment case, head in hands. Clint follows, finds him, sits next to him, silent at first. Finally Frank speaks. I thought I was proving it was fake. Choreography, voice quiet, honest. Clint responds, you showed everyone something, just not what you thought. Frank looks up. I've won every fight with size and strength. He put me down in 6 seconds. How? Clint considers. Maybe those fights were against people using your same approach, size against size. You never fought someone playing a different game entirely. Bruce comes backstage, finds Frank. "Are you injured?" Frank shakes head. "Just my pride." Bruce sits. "I didn't do that to humiliate you. You gave me opportunity to demonstrate real resistance, real strength, real skepticism." Everyone learned effectiveness isn't about being biggest. It's about understanding principles that work regardless of size. Frank looks at him. "Can you teach me?" Bruce considers. "I can teach principles, but you must start as beginner. Even with years of experience, even strong, even won fights. Empty your cup." Frank nods. "I just got put on my back in front of 200 people by someone half my size. My cup is empty." Over following months, Frank trains at Bruce's Los Angeles school, not abandoning security work, adding to it, learning structure, leverage, how to use size more effectively by combining with understanding rather than relying on it alone. His effectiveness as bodyguard actually increases, can control situations without force, read threats better, position strategically. When Bruce dies in 1973, Frank speaks at private memorial, tells the story of Dean Martin's show, how skepticism led to grabbing Bruce, how Bruce floored him in 6 seconds, how instead of humiliation, he got education. "Bruce could have hurt me that night, could have made me look foolish. Instead, he offered to teach. That's not just martial arts, that's character." Clint Eastwood, in later interviews, occasionally references that night. "I've seen a lot of tough guys, films, real life, but watching Bruce handle Frank changed how I thought about toughness." Frank was legitimately tough, big, strong, experienced. Bruce dismantled him so quickly, most didn't understand what they saw, not through brutality, through understanding. Different kind of strength entirely. The footage was never aired, too controversial, too real, too outside entertainment boundaries. But 200 people in that studio never forgot the moment when size and strength met understanding and precision, when skepticism became education, when 6 seconds changed how everyone thought about physical power versus technical knowledge. The lesson remains: confidence built on winning is real. Experience built on success is valuable. Strength developed through training is legitimate, but all optimized for specific contexts, against specific opponents, using specific approaches. When you encounter someone understanding principles outside your context, you discover what you know is real but incomplete. Being biggest or strongest in your world doesn't mean prepared for someone from different world. Frank Morrison discovered that Friday night, November 1971, NBC Studio 4, in front of 200 witnesses and Clint Eastwood, in 6 seconds, that taught more than 10 years of security work, not about defeat, about education, about discovering the world is larger than your experience, that people worth learning from can show you that gap without destroying you in the process. Subscribe, enable notifications, like the video, and comment below which Bruce Lee moment surprised you most.